Yo, what up, a-holes? Thank you for tuning into the Holistic A-Hole podcast. My name is Eric Levi, and I'm the Holistic A-Hole, the mommy blogger with balls, the inconvenient truth of health. How's it going out there, everybody? How you doing? We're in the depths of winter here. Hopefully you're staying healthy, not getting sick. And how would you do that? By listening to the Holistic A-Hole podcast, because I'm keeping you healthy. Not just through flu season, not just through herpes season, not just through whooping cough season. I'm keeping you healthy all throughout the year, from the bottom to the top of your dome case, giving you the information you need to not just avoid the flu, but to really thrive, right? Because that's what we're trying to do here. We're not just trying to avoid getting sick. I mean, that's for amateurs. What we're doing here on the Holistic A-Hole podcast is we're taking care of ourselves. We're rejuvenating ourselves. We're making ourselves work at optimum capacity. We're making sure that, not only do we not get sick, but that we hop out of bed in the morning and we eat the right foods and we don't starve doing so. We don't go on crash diets and count calories like a bunch of weirdos from Weight Watchers. We don't assign points to slabs of chicken or Pop-Tarts or frozen meals, thinking that that's the way that we get healthy by eating less calories. But, bring on the sugar and the carbohydrates and the hydrogenated oils and the trans fats. That stuff's fine. But God forbid if I put a little bit of butter or coconut oil or some red meat in my mouth. God forbid. No. This is what we do as a-holes. We stay healthy year-round. And today, we're not going to talk about any of that. No, we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about health professionals who aren't living by their word. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that so cray? Because they're out there. They're out there. You see these people, the people who are going to tell you how easy it is to do things that you ain't never done before. They're going to tell you how easy it is to just eat right and eat in moderation and to just push the plate away when you're all done. Just push the plate away. That's what the people do now, or that's what they've always done, right? They're like, just take a couple bites and then push the plate away. And then save it for tomorrow, and then put it in the microwave, and take a couple more bites, and then push it away. But then box it up and bring it towards you, and put it away in the fridge, and then heat it up again tomorrow, and then eat a couple bites, and then just push it away, and then pack it up and bring it close to you, and hug it and squeeze it, and put it in the fridge, and then pull it out the next day, and just heat it up in the microwave, and then just push it away. And by the time you've pushed it away so many times, you're eating it for the fourth or fifth time. It's disgusting. And so this is what's going on in the health world. You have these people who, look, I get it, right? I get it. Trying to work with people and convince them that they can lose the weight, or that they can eat the vegetable, or that they could do the diet, or whatever it is. Everybody wants to make you believe that it's easy because this is what you do for people, right? You just tell them, look, it's easy. I did it. It's so easy. And the problem is that it's not easy. It's not easy for most people. It's mind, it's matter, it's physiology. There's so much to it. Not to mention bio-individuality. Everybody's different. And so that makes me a little bit guilty about what I'm going to talk about today. Again, which is people in the health and fitness world who are overweight. This is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this because it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating to look out there in the health and fitness world and the nutrition world and see all the diets and everything out there and to see some of the people pushing some of these diets and things and they look like shit themselves, And I'm not going to name any names. I don't think that's necessary. There's definitely people out there. You see them. You can't miss them. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see a fat fuck telling you that it's easy to do a 7-day fast. It's easy. You know what I do for a 7-day fast? I just take a pinch of salt and I put it under my tongue, and that's how I get through my 7-day fasts. Oh, really? Because you look like for a 7-day fast, you just eat a lot more stuff really fast. And then you put a pinch of salt under your tongue and you're like, that's it. That's all we got to do. There's just people out there who are, they're working for the, they're health coaches, they're selling nutrition advice, they're selling supplements, they're selling protein powders, they're the personal trainers in the gym. My God, dude, my gym here in New York City, in Queens, I mean, there are several trainers who are in this gym who I look at and I go, Jesus Christ, help. I don't want to say God help. That seems a little overboard, or I'm going to pray. I don't know. But I have a lot of empathy for the people who are being trained by these people. Because, again, it's just like, this is what you need to do. They know the academic, but they don't know the practical. They know the science. They know the pages they needed to memorize to get their certification in whatever it is, whether it's personal training or nutrition or health coaching or whatever it is. Like, they know the information, but they don't do it themselves. And to me, that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem that I mean, everybody has their space. There's no really reason for me to say that they don't belong here, but I'm just, I guess, expressing my distaste for this part of the business, which is having to tolerate shenanigans from people who can't even follow it themselves. And it doesn't do the people that you're attracting any good. It doesn't do your clients any good. It doesn't do the public at large. It doesn't do the conversation any good. Especially like you see this in the vegan diet. You see this in there's keto people who look like absolute hot garbage. Remember the Atkins diet? Did you ever see Atkins himself? He looked like a fucking dumpster fire. He looked like a dumpster behind some Chinese buffet, just swimming with greasy, oily, 3-day-old lo mein, and rats pouring out, and he'd be like, yeah, everybody's losing weight doing the Atkins diet. He looked like shit, and people still did it. So maybe I should be talking more about the people who follow these fucking crazy people. I've just seen it, a bunch of times now that I've been in this world where it's like I have an overweight person trying to tell me about health issues, about how to overcome health issues, or sell me supplements, or sell me some nutrition plan, or something. And, every time they do it, notice the key word I used there was the word sell. Of course they're selling it, but they don't believe it themselves. They can't do it themselves. I've heard there's this, okay, fuck it, I'm going to use names. There's this dude out there, his name's Jimmy Moore. I'm not that familiar with him, but he has a huge keto following. He's like one of the biggest voices in the keto world. And this dude, I think, I don't want to say numbers because I haven't researched this enough, but he's easily over, I would say, 2.5 bills, maybe 3 bills. I wouldn't be surprised if he's over 3 bills. But somebody's told me that this dude has lost a lot of weight since he's gotten into this world. Which is fine. Good for you. Hey, that's great. I would applaud anybody's effort to lose weight and to, get healthy. But Jesus Christ, man, don't become that dude who now it's like you're telling everybody what to do because something worked for you, Not everybody who, has lost weight needs to become an evangelist for the thing they're doing. You lost weight because for whatever reason, you decided this was the time, you got your shit disciplined, you did whatever you needed to do in your mind to get straight so that you can make it work, and then you did it. A lot of people out there are struggling with their weight, they're struggling with their health, and then they hear you talk about how easy it is. Yeah, in a way, losing weight and getting healthy, it is pretty easy. It really is just like a very simple mind shift where you just say, enough's enough. I'm going to get healthy. I'm not going to be sick anymore. I'm not going to have these stupid allergies. I'm not going to, eat foods that I know make me feel terrible. And then you just do that. But there is a science to it, It's about learning about the foundations of nutrition. It's about staying away from triggering foods. All these different things. And I know these guys preach this, but again, if you're telling somebody to do this and you don't have the discipline yourself to do it, or you still look like crap, or you're fat, or you have bags under your eyes, or whatever it is, why are we listening to these people? If you were telling me, like if I had a personal trainer who's like, yeah, man, all you got to do is just come in the gym and then just do these exercises. I look at this guy and be like, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? It's so easy. Why aren't you doing it? Oh, well, you say I have a thyroid condition. No. You don't have a thyroid condition. You have a bad habit that triggers a response deep inside your DNA and your tissues that makes it so you have a thyroid condition. You can fix your thyroid condition. The thyroid can be, I don't want to use the word fix or healed or repaired. It can be treated. The thyroid can be, supported and worked with to help get you on the path to healing. Whatever it is, all these hormonal issues, let's stop using that excuse. It's hormones. Yeah, well, you can control the hormones. Typically, hormones and thyroid and pituitary and all these issues that people will give you as to why they can't lose the weight. It's all hormones, and it's all gone through. It's all going through the blood sugar pathway. So if you get your blood sugar under control, you can control all that stuff. And it's complicated, but if the right nutrition professional explains this to you, they can make it, i.e., someone like me, to where you can understand how to do this and not starve and not feel terrible and not feel tired or worn down or stressed or pressured. There are ways to do it. And when you have these, fat fucks going out there telling everybody how easy it is to do fasting, look, this is coming from a guy who has fasted, okay? And I'm only bringing this up because I've listened to this dude, Jimmy Moore, before. I've listened to one of his podcasts. He's got a very popular keto podcast. And he tells people to do 7-day fasts. And I did a 7-day fast. I've done 3-day fasts. I intermittent fast, several times a week. I've done 24-hour fasts. I know people who do, fast, extended fast regularly. But it's not easy, and you got to work your body into it. To just tell somebody who's struggling with their weight to just do a 7-day fast because the body can handle it is very irresponsible. It's not accurate, and it can really trigger a lot of problems for somebody who tries it. Another thing this dude is a huge proponent for is the keto diet. And the keto diet, I'm sorry, I know how successful people are with the keto diet. I know the positives of the keto diet. I know why people do the keto diet. I'm not saying to not do the keto diet, but what I'm going to tell you is to not do the keto diet. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to fuck it up. And it's going to make you feel terrible. And you're going to lose faith in the keto diet. You probably lose faith in the paleo diet. You're not going to respect how powerful things like fats, saturated fats, low carbohydrate diets are. But at the same time, there's no reason to not have carbohydrates. There's no reason to be in ketosis. It's actually not a safe place to be. And for people who are just trying to just willy-nilly 7-day fast, you can really jar some shit loose and you can really fuck yourself up. When I did my 7-day fast, I've talked about it on this podcast before. You can look back in the archives. We're talking probably June or July 2018 is when I probably reported on my 7-day fast, because that's when I did the fast. But it was difficult. It was very difficult, and I don't think I'll do it again, because you literally feel your liver. It's a stress on your adrenal glands. It's a stress on your hormones. It's a stress on your stomach, on your digestion. It can really jar some stuff loose, especially if you've got blood sugar issues, right? Which, again, safe to assume most of the people who are overweight, who are giving nutrition advice, probably have blood sugar issues. They probably don't have the ability to not eat sugar. They probably have emotional issues that are keeping them from not overeating, right? And again, this is something you got to take care of on your own. But at the same time, there are nutrients that you can take, amino acids, fatty acids, minerals that can actually help alleviate. They're not going to go back in your mind and, red pill you and make it so you don't remember traumatic things in your mind. But they can make it so that you don't find a dependency on things like food or alcohol or cigarettes or whatever your thing is. There are amino acids, there's fatty acids, there's minerals that can help you in the mental health state that you're trying to fix. So when I see like overweight fitness or health professionals, I just go, man, you're doing a huge disservice. You're doing a huge disservice to the industry, right? To the people that are actually trying to teach people, to educate people, to convince people that this shit works. If I knew nothing about the keto diet, and then I listened to this dude Jimmy Moore or watched the video of his, and that's my only exposure to the keto diet, I'd be like, keep me as far away from the keto diet as possible. And I know I just trashed the keto diet, but if I was to take somebody who was just morbidly obese and they have an eating disorder, or maybe not even obese, but they've got health issues, they've got whatever, maybe one of the first things I would entertain is doing a keto type diet. Maybe not fully keto, but you got to convince people, look, it's like saturated fat is your friend. Coconut oil is your friend. Red meat is your friend. Also, the keto diet is very low protein, and I understand why, and I'm not totally convinced that people should be having excessive amounts of protein, but to not be getting like 40 to 70 grams of protein a day, you'll feel that. You'll feel why that's not a smart idea. So when I see like overweight people just, giving health advice, to me, it's like you're not leading. You're not a leader. You're just a talker. You're a blogger. You're a shit talker. You're not, you like me. I hold myself to a standard because of this podcast, because of Holistic A-Hole, because I believe in the things I say, and I'm going to do the hard work. I want you a-holes to do the hard work, but I don't see you doing the hard work if I'm not doing the hard work, because I know the shit I say and the health and nutrition advice I give, it's hard work. I'm sitting here working with clients. I'm sitting here, giving them nutrition advice, and I'm telling them all the foods to eat, and I'm telling them all the foods to get rid of that they shouldn't eat. I'm making pretty strong assumptions about, foods, and, making pretty strong assumptions about why people are in the positions of health that they are. And, I'm no expert at this, right? I'm pretty, what should I say? I'm pretty brushed up on all this. But to call myself an expert, I don't expect to be an expert at this for years, because how can you be? There's so many angles to health and nutrition, but I do know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, and by the way, I'm a certified nutritional therapy practitioner as of a couple days ago. So you can take that to the bank, right? So I don't even know why I said that. It's a cool thing. I'm not like trying to be a dick about it, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And what I have done is I'm trying to live that life. If I'm going to tell somebody to not eat sugar, and I know how toxic sugar can be. I know how it puts weight on you. I know how addictive it is. It's more addictive than fucking cocaine, right? The old booger sugar. So it's not responsible for me to tell somebody to not eat sugar, and then I can't not eat sugar myself. So I don't eat sugar. I don't eat refined sugar. I should say I eat fruit like a motherfucker. I shouldn't have said I don't eat fruit like a motherfucker. I eat fruit like a decent fucker. Like maybe just a fucker. Maybe not a motherfucker. I like fruit, but I don't eat a shit ton of it. I used to, not so much anymore. But there you go. That's what I used to eat a ton. When I stopped eating refined sugar, I started just binging on fruit. I mean, I would sit here and eat, oh my God, probably, this is when I was a vegan too, probably at least 10 dates a day, a handful of figs. I mean, we're talking multiple bananas, slices of papaya, blueberries, mango. I mean, all in one day. That's an insane amount of fructose. And the vegans will tell you, eat as much fructose as you want. You stupid idiots. No, don't ever take that advice. Just eat as much fructose as you can. No, I don't care how many. First of all, the fruit and the vegetables coming out of the ground right now, very depleted in micronutrients, very depleted in vitamins and minerals. This is the thing the vegans don't want you to know. They want you to eat all the fruits and vegetables, despite the fact that the shit is completely depleted of any kind of nutrition because the soil is such garbage in this country. And then we get it from China, and then we get it from Chile or Argentina or, God knows where. And their soil is depleted because we've gone in there and depleted the soil. Either way, my point is when you're not walking your talk, you're making this seem to people like this is an impossible thing. If you're a personal trainer and you've got a beer belly and you're trying to tell people, well, you gotta stop drinking beer, come in here and do abs. Oh, seems easy because you do. Oh, you don't do it. Oh shit. Well, how can you tell me that? Why would you tell somebody to do something you can't even do yourself? I mean, that's the problem with all of this. The problem with the whole internet and social media, the social media culture, to people just pointing fingers, pointing things out because everybody knows everybody else's story, but they can't get their own shit together. Focus on you before you jump into the health and nutrition world. Take care of your own house before you start preaching to people what to do, right? You want to, I understand the desire to help people, to make better, but you need to help yourself first, right? If you're on a plane and the plane starts going down and those oxygen masks drop, it's pretty brutal, but they tell you to put the oxygen mask on your own face before you put it on your kid's face. You're sitting there putting that little weird plastic, red fucking frat party cup thing over your mouth with a little rubber band attached to it. Your poor kids over there freaking out, and you got to put your shit on and then you got to put theirs on. It's the same thing in the health world. If you know the information that's supposed to work and you're so sold that something like the keto diet is going to work, well then do it yourself and show us the before and after. Show us the real results. Like I see the dude on the I see his YouTube commercials all the time. I don't know his name, but he's got arrows drawn on his body. Dude is fucking ripped, right? I think he's probably full of shit too, but what he's doing, actually I think he might know some of his stuff, but he shows you the before and after. He's like, look, this is me before, and then this is me now. And the dude looks great now. And so, yeah, he's going to sell a lot of online courses and supplements or whatever it is because you can see the progress. But when some fat ass comes here and tells you just do keto diet, do the keto diet or do the vegan diet and then just fast and do vegan keto and it's so easy and you look like crap, man, you're not doing anything. When you come in and you're selling supplements, I see this all the time, dude. People selling supplements, selling protein powders and maca powders and what's the other stuff? Ascorbic acid and proprietary blends of liver supporting supplements and adrenal supporting supplements and get over your chronic fatigue. And it's some fat ass. Oh, this drove me crazy. This last summer, I went to some conference here in New York City for I don't want to get into it, but either way, I'm sitting there and some dude walks up to me and we were talking and I was like, oh, what do you do? He's like, oh, I own a supplement company. I was like, what? And this dude was just like a little stocky troll, fat fuck looking motherfucker. And double chin, the giant belly, drinking a soda as he's talking to me, just drinking a Coke, not even a Diet Coke, not even trying to think he's doing the right thing, just like, nah, fuck it, I don't care. And he owns a supplement company, and he's probably making a shit ton of money selling supplements. And he's, he was like, well, I'm looking for nutrition professionals to do webinars for myself. Would you be interested? I'm like, yeah, man. So, he never got back to me, which was a little heartbreaking. But to me, that's what the supplement world is. Just a bunch of charlatans out there, telling you to take this powder or this potion or this cream or this pill, and they don't do it themselves. Or maybe they do it and they look like crap. So I guess my message to the a-holes out there is use your spidey sense. Use your spidey sense. When you see like a health coach come across your Facebook feed, or you see some supplement that's being pushed by the owner, look for the owner of the company, and the company and the owner looks like crap, which most supplement company owners do, or supplement company representatives look terrible. They look like they just need a hug and they need to go for a long run. Use your spidey sense and push it away. Push it away. Just push it away. Just push it away. Because you want somebody who walks their talk. If I'm going to tell somebody, again, to not eat sugar, I need them to be fully assured that I'm also not eating sugar. That not only that I'm telling them something that I've done myself, so I can help them through the process. Somebody who's, you can look at and have a lot of doubts they've done it, probably not as easy of a process as they're saying. I guess that's my whole point with this is when it comes to this stuff, if someone's going to tell you to do something, they better have done it themselves, right? This is just the way the world works. This is what you ask out of your leaders, even though that is a little suspect. This is what we ask out of people who we follow. This is what we ask out of people who run companies. Have you done it yourself? Have you been there yourself, right? NFL coaches, okay, football coaches, basketball coaches, baseball managers, sports coaches. They had to have played the sport themselves at some point and probably been very good at it at some point to be able to be in a position to be a coach, right? Because how would they know? Would you play for a team whose coach, was, 300 pounds and, did not look like he ever dribbled a basketball, or she, right? Would you ever play for a WNBA team under a coach who looks like she's never, not eaten a fucking, bucket of fried chicken at least 3 times a week? Would you go work for somebody at a company who's never done the job that they're now managing you for? Would you work for that? Would you want to work for that company? No. So why would you follow somebody's nutrition advice who obviously isn't doing it themselves? Let the spidey sense ring and push it away. Well, that's really the episode, everybody. I know this one wasn't as academic as some other ones, but yeah, I like to mix it up, right? Some episodes we're gonna have, it's gonna be nerdy, it's gonna be academic, it's gonna be a lot of research, and then some are gonna be just me here, ranting about things I see and that rub me a certain way. So if you have anything that you want to hear me discuss, if you have any topics that you want to hear, that you want me to talk about, that you want me to look into, please feel free to shoot me a message on the old social mediums, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all Holistic A-Hole. You can join the Holistic A-Holes Facebook group and go on over to the Holistic A-Hole YouTube page where I've got some really great videos that are coming out, that are still out there. Old podcasts are up there. My full interview with Dr. Penny Kendall Reed from last week is up there as well. The Holistic A-Holes Facebook groups where we share a lot of great content, articles, we talk some shit. It's a good time. You get first dibs on the videos I put out. And if you haven't done this yet, go on over to holisticahole.com where I've got some really great blogs out, including a blog I just posted yesterday, which is all about the flu really being adrenal fatigue and what that even means. So, thanks again for listening, everybody. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave a nice 5-star review, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Share this with the people you love. If you're new here, binge listen to the other ones, and thanks so much for listening. I'll catch you later. Peace.